Hey folks, it's Wade the Shoe Dog. Welcome to Shoemakers Academy. Now, we've talked about Pantone books in the past. I think I know I did another video on it before, and Pantone is the color specifier that we use, right? And Pantone books are really how we communicate colors. When we take a design drawing and whether it's made on a computer or printed out or whatever, and we want to get it to the factory, really, in order for everyone to agree on what the color is going to be, you really need to have a Pantone book. And the Pantone service, this is what they do. They create colors, they create the system of inks. Basically, they are the color formulator, right, for all types of product. Now, the most common graphics book are the coded and uncoated guides, and depending on what kind of material you're specifying, these will be fine. I happen to have kind of an old set. These are a little bit out of date. And what I mean by out of date is they're a little bit worn. You can see the colors not to the edge, and the surface of some of these is a little worn through, and that is not a good sign. It's actually time to upgrade. And actually, and I'll just say I have a couple. They make specialty books too. This is a CMYK book that actually has the color formula in it, which is pretty handy. And there's coated and uncoated. Now, these coated and uncoated are generally for paper type projects, right? And but there are some other books, and I'm going to show you one in a second, that is maybe more suitable for footwear. So, I went through. I had a project where we needed a lot of pastel colors, right? And so there's a particular pastel book that's available, and also I have a customer that does a lot of metallic. So in their beautiful sandals. So in order to be able to work with a customer to pick out the right metallic for their shoes, we have an entire book of just metallic colors. Okay, so that's the old stuff, but what I'm really excited about is the fine folks at Pantone actually reached out to me and to have a discussion about how shoemakers use Pantone books, and they saw the other video that we made to help you understand color specification, and those fine folks have sent us a little goodie bag. So we are going to. I mean, we're getting current, which is nice. So they sent me this nice box here, and we're gonna open this up, and let's unbox some stuff here. And I was expecting a lot smaller box. So okay, first things first. Here, we'll get rid of that. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm pretty psyched. I'm pretty psyched about this. Um, this is they make a lot of cool products, and this happens to be a Pantone coffee mug, which actually I'm pretty psyched. Actually, I'm laughing that it's the color of the year for 2025 is mocha. How appropriate to make a mug. 171230. Okay. So, hey, thanks Pantone. Look at that cool mug. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna put pencils on it and leave it on my desk or take it downstairs and have coffee with it. Okay, I like that coffee mug. All right, so we've got a couple other things here too. We've got a color guide here. We're gonna open that in a second, and we've got okay. Ooh, this is nice too. Okay. Um, all right, let's get this box aside here. Let's open these up here. So let's open up this. I think this is the. Let's see. It feels a little bit light. So I think this is the additional color book. So this is the addendum, right? Because when they have new colors, they will. Okay. When they have new colors, they will send you a you can order a pack that has what's hot, right? So this only has 175 colors in it. So let's see what we got here. I know I should be opening the other one first, but okay. All right. Okay, so here, okay, we'll set that aside. And okay, it's a little fan. Okay. Here it says, replace your guide every 12 to 18 months, you know, and it has date open, right? So, if you're, what I would do every 12 to 18 months when your book gets a little raggedy, either, use it in your home studio or give it to the intern or whatever. Okay. So these are the new 100. Oh, look at this. Okay. I like this. When they changed all the gray specifiers from cool to warm to other, it seemed like there were fewer colors. So this, I like to see a whole bunch of new grays. Okay, that's cool. Now, so this is very typical, and I showed you all the other fan books, but now this is something a little different. Um, this actually, and I've traveled with this kind of fan for years and years and years. And but because I'm traveling even more now, we've got something a little different here. And let's open this up. And okay, this is the paper traveler edition, and this actually, I'm really excited to have this because actually I'm getting on an airplane and going back to South America in just a couple of days, so I have a fresh book. Okay, so it's got this nice kind of plasticky cover on it and this rubber band, and this rubber band actually is attached so it doesn't get away from you. I like that. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is the fashion, home, and interior. So this is what we should be using now. And instead of being a fan, it is actually everything all laid out. Oh my gosh, this is nice. So this way you can see whole families pretty much simultaneously. Instead of flipping page to page to page, you can see all your rusts together. You can see all your beiges together. Look at that. Okay, so this is the TPG book. Now, these numbers, 16, 12, 55. I don't know if it actually explains how this works, but um, let's see. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, color of the year. That's cool. There's a little book here. More possibilities. More. Okay, new layout. Oh, okay. This book is pretty handy. Um, and basically, what this is the reverse lookup, right? Don't lose this, because if someone gives you a color and you want to go look it up, right? This is the only way you're going to be able to find it, which is to go find the number and then find the page and the column and the row, right? So that's pretty important. So don't lose that. In the fan books, the index is usually in the back, right? So you can see when someone gives you a number and you need to reverse look it up, right? So this is the TPG book. So what do these numbers mean? Well, if you imagine that the color is a cylinder, right? And I think it's the more intense colors are in the middle of the cylinder, and the lighter colors are towards the outside of the cylinder, and then the hues are vertical, right? So when you look at those numbers, 16 tells you, I can't remember, I think that tells you how light or dark it is, and then the other number shows you where on the cylinder the color's located. So I'm sure there's a cool I'll have to find the picture online. Oh, yeah. All right, so you see the point of this book is that when you start to search for a family of colors, instead of having to fan out the page, 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 you can actually see the whole family together. Oh, um, and now it's the entire library all here at your fingertips. So Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite pages right here. Look at that. Ooh. Okay, so again, when are you going to use this? You are going to use this, as a designer. This is how you're gonna pick your colors. Now, of course, if you see something that you like in the market, right, and you say, okay, what color is that, right? Then you'll be able to take that and come to your book and start searching for it. Like this crazy last. Now I can just come here and I can just go and okay, you know what? It looks like we hit it right there. 17, 25, 19. Okay. But here you have all the, so you can sit here and just check which color, right? So there we go. It looks like that's the one. Okay, it could be that one. It could be that one too. So, all right, folks. So this is the TPG Fashion Home Interiors Paper Traveler. Comes with this nice cover, and oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I gotta put my name and a big old sticker on it so no one boosts it from me. Um, but I do like how it actually keeps everything nice and tight. And actually, this little guy is gonna have to just tuck in here for now, so it doesn't get away, so we can have a complete set. So hey, folks, um, hey, first of all, I want to say thanks to the folks at Pantone. I'm excited that they reached out to Shoemakers Academy because to just ask us more about how footwear people are using their books and how the footwear suppliers and subcontractors how they rely on Pantone and how we use it. So I'm excited to be talking to those folks and to be in touch with them because again, it's for me, it's kind of cool to be talking to the folks at Pantone just because I've been using their products for since day one as a footwear designer. Right, as soon as you go to work in an office, the first thing that you're going to be getting is and if you're a junior person, you might be getting a dog-eared, you might be getting a dog-eared book, that someone passed down, or take that book that's maybe a little bit spent and have it as a personal book in your own studio, or even better, if you're working in Asia and you notice that someone has an old, really worn out book, then if they for whatever reason don't want to buy their own, you can at least pass it on down. So the more chances that people have to have a decent Pantone book in their hands as a creative tool, but also as an important tool to make sure that when we specify a color on a shoe, that the mesh comes back exactly that. So again, Pantone is definitely the indispensable product for that. And in our new, we are working on a new book, and in that new book, we're going to talk more about Pantone and how to use it and how to make sure your designs have incredible color. So anyways, thanks a lot, folks at Pantone. Hey, listen, folks, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about shoes and shoemaking, then why don't you swing over to Shoemakers Academy, and we've got all kinds of books and courses. And if you have a shoemaking problem and you want to talk to me, down in the video description, you can see a link to my calendar, and you can schedule a call with me. Again, I won't be taking calls really for the next couple weeks because I'm going to be traveling. But hey, listen, if you have a shoemaking concern or question, then swing on over to Shoemakers Academy. Thanks, folks. And don't forget to get yourself a fresh Pantone book because yours is too old. I guarantee it. Thanks, folks.